shots he took. He gone.
Oh, he did not just hit her. They should not give him his keys back.
He getting that. Ooh, he going head up the car. Woo.
There it goes.
Boom.
Boom.
Gonna die.
Yeah.
And it was just an opportunity to give the family a rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Elizabeth was an angel of death type serial killer, in that she worked in nursing homes and murdered the old people there. She wanted to study journalism in college, but she later developed an interest in like medication, nursing, guidance, that kind of thing. She married a truck driver named Donnie Wettlaufer in 1997 and developed a number of problems, including bipolar disorder. Elizabeth then began seeking help from other women online and would actually develop a relationship with one. Donnie, her husband, saying this was sick, divorced her after this came to light. Elizabeth kept a name, met another woman named Sheila Andrews, moved in with her, and married. In 2007, while working at Crescent Care, she began her murderous work. She bungled her first 2 attempts by attempting to inject 2 old ladies with an overdose of insulin. They both survived this attack, but they later died, but Elizabeth was never charged with these deaths. Elizabeth's first fatal victim was James Silcox, an 84-year-old World War II veteran and father of 6 children. She killed him on August 11th, 2007.
The way that, that I've helped people to die has been through insulin.
From 2007 to 2014, Elizabeth killed 6 more elderly patients by injecting them with insulin. She also attempted to kill 2 more. The insulin in these places, it wasn't counted as other drugs were. She could easily get away with using as much of it as she liked. When she was doing this, she told the patients she was giving them vitamins.
I just said, the doctor wants you to have vitamin shots. That's what I usually say.
In 2014, she confessed to her pastor and his wife. And later that same year, she would also confess to an ex-boyfriend. Again, nothing happened. She also confessed to a lawyer that same year. You can guess what happened. Jack. The lawyer, like Sheila, actually advised her to keep it quiet. Maybe don't say that, and didn't say anything to the police. So essentially allowing the killings to continue, which they did. And on September 16th, 2016, Elizabeth entered herself into an inpatient drug rehabilitation program at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health.
And then I decided, whatever Friday that was, that I did a lot of looking into how I could get help, because I realized I needed help with whatever this was. Because part of me had started to believe that it was the devil, and part of me thought it might be God looking for me through my life. And I know the doctor asked me those questions, but I didn't answer them because I was so ashamed. But I just, I didn't want this to keep going on, so I quit both jobs.
Elizabeth then sent a personal email to said college, resigning from her position and confessing her crimes, and that she was being investigated by police. In October of that year, Elizabeth admitted to her crimes. and was charged with 8 counts of murder. And in January 2017, 6 more charges were added, 4 counts of attempted murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Elizabeth said she was tormented by voices in her head, yet at no point did she lose the ability to distinguish right from wrong and, murder from not murder.
Elizabeth Wetlaufer was dressed in a prison-issue dark green sweat top and stood slumped forward as a jail guard positioned her in front of the camera. Her so-called video appearance was signaled live into a Woodstock courtroom where there were many gatherers, including police and at least one of the victims' families.
My father was only in the facility for, in total, of 8 days, and that just didn't seem right to me.
The Silcox family wanted an autopsy, but were told it isn't going to happen.
The coroner said he lived in long-term care, he was 85 years old, why bother? Personality
tests conducted on her concluded she showed significant signs of borderline personality disorder, including an unstable mood, impulsiveness, a fear of being abandoned, unstable relationships, and anger problems.
I no longer know who I am because Elizabeth Wetlaufer consumes my life. I don't understand why she was bound, bent, and determined to kill me.
On top of the 8 patients Wetlaufer did kill, she also tried to kill Bertram and others, the only ones still alive to talk about it.
I get, oh, she's in jail, don't worry about it, it's over. It's not over. We as the victims are not weak. We need care. And that doesn't mean we don't matter anymore.
Elizabeth waived her right to a preliminary hearing and admitted all charges. She was sentenced to 8 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole for 25 years. I do think, and the detectives probably think too, that she killed a lot more people than the 8 she admitted to and all the other attempted murders she had committed. Now, this is a case, as with all serial killers, of a very sick individual who preyed on some of the most vulnerable people in society. She probably saw herself as, putting people out of their misery. She wasn't. She was killing people to take out the anger of the she was going through in her own life, not to mention, the fact that she was the crazy person who heard, like, the devil speaking in her ear. She was doing it for gratification. And the scariest thing is that if she hadn't confessed, she may never have been caught and could have continued killing. Thank you so much for watching this video on Elizabeth Wetlaufer. I really appreciate it.
Man, all I can say is them people are horrible, man. How she confessing to the pastor, to her lawyer, to her doctor, to her kids, to her motherfucking aunts, to the goddamn sky and clouds, and everything and everyone is just like, oh, well, you better stop. Keep it under hush. Like, she was having a guilty conscience of what she was doing. And that's just something, you're supposed to have. And that's why she confessed and was telling people, because she had an issue, a disease that she couldn't get rid of, and nobody seemed to want to listen and help her out. So, eventually she got caught up, and her mental issues that she was dealing with will be dealt with. But I still think that's sad that she was telling people, trying to basically get herself locked up for what she was doing. And everybody was just like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing.